Hello and welcome back to the Conscious Contact podcast. My name is Genay Peavey and I'm here with Pepper Segal. And we're going to talk about dumb shit today, just to warn you ahead of time. So,
I mean, it might be dumb to you, but I have a very...
It's very important to us.
It's a very important topic that is one of my topics.
I'm going to let you start.
Yeah.
What's
so
the first one?
It's a really hard topic to talk about.
Yeah.
It's difficult. I know a lot of people have different views on it, but I really want to talk about vampire mortality. I just want to know why we're calling them dead.
Yeah.
But then we're also calling them immortal.
And also the undead sometimes.
Well,
that's zombies too, zombies and vampires.
So the undead makes more sense than calling them dead.
Yeah.
But then we're like saying that they're immortal, but then that implies mortality.
Yes. And they can still be killed, so they're not immortal.
They're not immortal. Yes. They could meet the true death.
Uh-huh.
And so I just, this is just something I've been thinking about a lot because I don't think they're dead.
No, I agree.
I mean, they have to eat.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if they don't eat, they don't die completely. Well,
But
in some lore.
They go into like a hibernation,
Yeah, it's
barely
like
functional mode.
Right, like they
Yeah.
like shrivel up and stuff. That
Yeah.
seems to be the consensus.
Like the little shit under the sea in
Yeah,
the
or
Little
like-
Mermaid.
or like
souls.
that's true. I never thought about that. I think of more of like a mummification.
Kind of, yeah.
So there's that. So they do have to eat to function.
Mm-hmm.
They don't breathe, okay, which is essential to life, I
Yeah.
guess you could say.
Yeah. They don't have a heartbeat.
No, but
But-
they do talk.
Yes, and they have brain function.
And they have brain function. So that's honestly, I feel like brain function is more a
Yes.
symbol. I mean, obviously breath is, but I mean,
people are on ventilators and aren't breathing on their own, but they have brain function,
right,
so
but
they're alive.
yeah, like what, I mean,
Yeah.
and honestly, I actually heard this, it freaks me out, but your brain can live for thousands of years.
Ew.
And it's our bodies that is the problem.
I don't want to think about that.
But that kind of makes you think
it
about.
kind of makes you think vampires might be possible then.
Well, and it also makes you think that like, you can freeze your brain and be inserted into another body and stuff.
That is like that CRISPR stuff and manipulating like human DNA and the thought process of, there's a documentary about it on Netflix. This person's child was gravely ill. So right after she passed, they put her in a cryogenic freezer and they pay like thousands of dollars a month for
Like
it.
in case there's like a cure.
Yes.
Is there a cure yet?
No.
Okay, so here's my thing is that I want to know when there is that case,
Yeah.
whether it's hers or not.
Yeah.
And I want to know when they find that cure and then what the hell happens when they unfreeze that body.
Exactly.
Or like, can we just I'm sure they have. I'm sure they've.
Just unfreeze one
I
just
mean,
to see.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because that's science,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, literally what? Like in the early 1900s, they didn't know how to do C-sections without the mother dying, and they just kept trying until they got it.
They were like, whoops, maybe we should wash our hands.
Yeah, or
Like, ugh.
they used to just cut like straight down. And then just like act like everyone was gonna live when they just like completely sliced your body down.
Can we be thankful we don't live in the Victorian era?
Oh yeah, like where
Like-
they're like, oh, you have cocaine in your blood,
Yeah.
or no, I'm sorry, you have ghosts in your blood. Do cocaine
Do
about
cocaine
it. I think
about
that's
it.
the meme, right?
Leeches,
Yeah,
just
leech.
slit
Oh,
your wrist and bleed out for a while.
yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's basically a blood transfusion.
Mercury.
Oh,
just
mercury.
as a
Yes.
medicine.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Or just
Caustic.
cocaine. I mean,
Yeah.
they used to just sell
Straight up
cocaine. Well,
cocaine.
and they used to
Well,
put it in
opium.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, opium. Yeah, well, because that was for the doctors who were up all night and doing cocaine to stay
Yeah.
up. And then they're like, oh, well, now I'll just take some opium to go to sleep. The
Or
good
just
old days.
cleaning shit with highly caustic soaps that would burn through your skin if you weren't careful. The washing your hair once a month thing and using like basically gasoline.
Oh, I
to
didn't
do
know
it.
about that.
Oh my, you got to watch Victorian Pharmacy on
Okay.
YouTube. That's a good
I'll
rabbit
have to do
hole.
that.
It's really fun.
Okay, but back to vampires. Why are we calling them dead?
I don't know. And that's the thing, like it depends on the movie and it depends on the canon that you're following.
It depends on the soup lore. And if for everyone
Yes.
who's not a geek about that, that stands for supernaturals. They prefer to be called
That's a great
Soups.
show.
Oh yeah,
By the
Supernatural.
way.
Oh,
My
Kim
God.
loves that show.
I just skip around it.
Yeah.
Like I don't watch it in sequential order, but randomly if I need like a comfort show,
That's Kim's comfort
I'm just
show.
like, let's
and
go.
Kim's my mom, everyone.
Yeah.
But that's and
Shocker.
who actually lives down the street
My
from you.
neighbor.
So
Yeah.
you guys can have a
Dude, that would be sick.
a
though.
supernatural
That could be a bonding moment.
Yeah, you should go bond.
Dude, we've got the theater. You should come over. We should all watch it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We should
Yeah.
definitely do that.
I never get to use that thing.
I'm about the Vampire Diaries, but I know you won't watch it because
I will watch it.
Well, you don't like the high school
but
stuff.
I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. That's why I don't like Spider-Man. That's why I haven't watched any of those
Just
shows.
don't even
'cause
bring
it's
up the
just
fact you don't like
annoying.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is fine.
It just makes me question our
what
friendship.
Is his name?
That's
Tobey
all.
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
I like that Spider-Man.
Okay, but Tom Holland.
Because he's in college and shit, you know?
Okay, but Tom Holland is superior.
I don't care about a child. Like, fuck them kids.
Tobey Maguire was my Spider-Man. I love I have
Yes.
love for him
Come
too.
on.
But Tom Holland, hopefully by the next movie, because they blipped. Everybody blipped out.
Yeah.
So he had to finish high school.
Yeah. Okay, so like the movies are fine. But the teenage drama behind it
I get it.
is like, oh my God.
Do you think that the newer ones have more teenage drama?
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
I guess they do, but I think it's done in like kind of a satirical way.
It is, but it's still like, why
more-
am I watching this? And I get the movies are made for children also.
Yeah,
and
that's
this is
true.
me being selfish.
Yeah.
But in my perfect world, everyone would
In
not
my-
be in high school.
In my perfect world, every Marvel movie would be rated nothing. It would be TVMA.
Yes,
And they would actually be like the
agreed.
comic books.
Agreed. Oh my
Like
God.
X-Men needs a redo. Actually,
Dude. Wolverine.
yeah.
What was the last one?
Wait,
Logan.
I know, but we should wait for this because this kind of is another one of my topics.
Okay,
So let's
I'll
move
wait.
on. So
I'll wait.
basically, I'll wrap this up with the vampire thing because I don't really think either of us knows. But if anyone does know
Yeah.
why we're calling vampires dead, like
Yeah.
please just
There's got to be someone that's dove into it a
yeah,
little
you
bit
know, and
more
I didn't go on. I'm sure there's a Reddit thread about
Oh,
it somewhere,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't dive
What's the point of
that
that?
deep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I just like to talk about it more, but
Same.
I don't think they're dead
Yeah.
because
Same.
zombies are undead. I mean, like they die. I mean, I guess
But
vampires.
technically they die, but then they become reanimated. So isn't it
But-
just like someone that dies on the
Mm.
operating table and you bring them back to life? They're
No.
still not dead.
Well-
they might have died.
But yeah, but see, zombies they don't really have as much brain function. Like they don't talk and shit.
Depends on the movie.
True.
And like hive mind and the leaders behind it. Like if you think
Yeah.
of I Am Legend, those are some smart ass quote unquote zombies.
Yeah, maybe I feel like zombies and vampires are kind of the same thing. Just vampires are sexier.
Yeah, agreed. And
Yeah.
they like just do human shit.
Yeah, but like if you're walking and talking and shit, like you're not dead.
No, agreed. Zombies, it's questionable. Vampires 100% are alive.
Yeah, they're alive. I'm sorry if you want to come at me for that, you can. But like,
just educate us.
but you better have like a good
Proof.
point.
Yeah, or like a link.
Oh, yeah,
to
let's get a
something.
proof of a supernatural.
I mean,
you better have
you
proof.
never know.
We need facts, not fake news.
Dude, there might be some really cool videos about that. Though.
You know, I'm probably gonna go down a rabbit hole after this.
Please send it to me so I can put it in the show notes. So my first question, and this, like you had mentioned, it's questionable. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and this is two parts. Do you believe in aliens?
Oh man, you're taking one of my
Sorry.
topics.
And why are they obsessed with our assholes?
Do you think they're obsessed with their assholes?
Yes.
I think in movies they're obsessed with their.
No, even these
even
like
in the-
people that say they've gotten abducted, it's always the probing in the ass.
You
What is
know,
up with that?
because I think. All right, so
We've got a lot of other orifices.
I was actually talking to a friend about this because we got deep in, the algorithm when it starts to just feed you things. Like once
Conspiracy theories.
once you watch one video, all of a sudden your algorithm is
Whoops,
on.
ancient aliens.
Oh, I get on Mormon talk sometimes, then I'm on aliens, then I'm on timelines,
Damn
quantum
you.
physics, just like all over the place. I go there for dopamine though, no politics.
yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
just like
Same.
if anyone sends me one of
I just
those
want weird
videos,
shit.
I'm like I'm not opening that because I'm not fucking up my algorithm. Like
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want. So we were talking about it, and I think that like just by the different like accounts and things that you see, right? Like the videos
Yeah.
of people being abducted, and like there's certain families that just constantly are getting abducted.
Mhm.
I think that when you're born, they tag you which ones they want to study. So kind of like how we tag dolphins or sharks or things like that and keep track of them. I think they know which humans they want to, and maybe, just maybe, they stick
Tags in their
something.
butthole?
Maybe. I'm just saying. It's possible. And they can, and they have to scan your tag before they start working on you.
Oh my God. But why? I guess inside the asshole, you're pretty certain that no other humans are going to see it. So you can stay under the radar as an alien type of vibe. Because, like, if you tag someone anywhere else, there might be a doctor that sees it.
Right.
But what if it's a gay guy?
Well, what if you have a colonoscopy and you're 50? Well, I don't necessarily think that they're tags that maybe we can see. They might just be like barcodes. Like, you know how they have those glow in the dark tattoos?
Ew, yeah.
What if it's like a glow in the dark barcode on your sphincter?
Ew.
A sphincter barcode.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's just a thought.
But here's
But
my
if you
other
were going to
question.
go into two other orifices, right?
Yeah.
You would either go in the mouth or go up the butt, and that's going to give you the best view of our body.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they have x-rays and stuff, but that's not as fun.
Yeah, that's not as fun.
I mean, how many researchers do you know that are just like, let's just take some pictures?
That's true.
They want to get their
They
hands
weird.
dirty. Yeah.
Ugh. How, like, what kind of probe? Like, how big are we talking here, do you think?
I don't know.
Do people report trauma? Like, I didn't even look into this enough.
I don't know.
And while they're down there, can they, like, bleach it or something? Like, do us a favor?
when I
Give a little laser hair removal.
in my head, when I picture aliens sticking things up your butt, I don't know if you've ever had like a vaginal ultrasound.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that it's like a big probe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what but maybe no lube.
I
maybe
think
lube.
it's their finger.
You do? I
Like-
mean, some of them have long fingers, but we don't really know what they look like, right? Because some of that's alien propaganda.
Yes.
From
and
Area 51. Oh my God.
telling
Wait,
you.
speaking of, I just saw this weird short documentary thing about how Area 51, you know how they had like the glances in and saw the aliens and stuff. So there's this because I guess what it was like the Russians or somebody had more
always the
like
Russians.
yeah, well, but they had more reports of aliens or something like that.
I would think it's North Korea.
Or maybe I don't know. Don't quote me on any of this, by the way.
Oh,
anyone,
yeah,
this is
whole
all
episode
just
is just bullshit.
so basically, I was watching this theory where they weren't actually aliens in Area 51, and they were actually humans like us, and they were performing surgeries on them to make them look like aliens for some type of something or other. I don't know. Like, because what I'm getting at is that we don't know what aliens look like.
Yeah.
Like, we really don't.
Yeah.
Like, there's a consensus with the big eyes and the big heads.
Yeah, but
and-
then they still look vaguely alien. They have a head with shoulders, with arms,
Yeah,
with hands,
well,
with fingers.
yeah,
and
they're
a
very
torso.
human-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would they be, or would they be like blobs or gas, or you know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah.
if they're from a different solar system.
Well, and I believe that there's multiple different species.
Different types?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
There's a whole bunch of different species out
Yeah.
there. Like Guardians of the
Also-
Galaxy. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I
yeah.
picture it.
Yeah, no, I definitely am on board with that. Why the fuck would they pick Earth?
I think I have a lot of thoughts on this, obviously. I think that we're test subjects. Like they like genetically engineered us and we're like some kind of like
Experiment?
yeah, or maybe
Like the marble thing in Men in Black?
yeah, or maybe we're not. Maybe we are a planet where they evolved from and where
And they're like, we're the fuck out of here, kind of like the Prometheus type of vibe.
yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
we're the ones who didn't evolve.
Yeah.
And
And then
then
they were disappointed and they just left.
Yeah, or just maybe some of them just like moved on and they were just like, fuck this. Oh, maybe it was in Neanderthal days and stuff too. Like when we were just like, you know,
I'm
and just like
thinking,
eating.
Aztec and stuff like that too.
Well, I don't know, because I think Aztec, I think that'd be cool as shit. Like I'd want to stay
Yeah.
here for that. Like people eating people's like hearts and shit.
Oh, yeah. What I'm saying is, what if they are the ones that left? Because their technology was so advanced.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good maybe they're the aliens.
Dude.
And now they've evolved. Because, you know, when people evolve, we change, right?
Yeah.
Like we were, you know, we used to look like monkeys,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, some of us still do. But for the most part,
Just call out
I mean,
ugly people.
We're not just like, you know what I mean, though? Like you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
evolve,
yeah.
right? So, I mean, that's actually a real, I mean, yeah. That's a really good point, like Aztecs and stuff, because they had some crazy magical shit going on.
Dude,
Also,
seriously.
like Egyptians with the pyramids and stuff, like. Well, and people have been saying that aliens built the pyramids forever, right?
But what hardcore slave labor?
But right, but what if the Egyptians were the aliens that were doing the hardcore slave labor?
True. Or like, what does alien even really mean? Does that just mean advanced knowledge of how like physics and shit works? You know what I mean? Because if so, Egyptians were fucking aliens.
Yeah.
So it's like, where is
just
your
like
line?
we say aliens for immigrants.
True.
You know, I mean,
not
it's
from here.
Not from here is what it means.
Huh.
So, yeah, but I think maybe aliens were originally from here.
They were like, fuck this.
And then when they started to evolve and most of us did not, they were like,
said, fuck you guys.
And they probably didn't think we were going to survive, right? And now that we're surviving, they're coming back down and they're like, what the hell? Let's check this out. Are they going to evolve? Because they're probably worried that we're going to like evolve and want to be a part of their galactical, you know,
triumvirate.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't want them to leave this planet.
Yeah, but we'll just make this the Citadel.
Fuck, dude.
With all the Ricks.
Oh, God. Siderick. You don't get that reference. I don't know what you're doing. So what is another one of your
So topics? I was going to talk about the aliens. But another, what was my other one? Oh, this is another one because I told you to stop talking about Disney. So something that really grinds my gears is the remakes.
Me too.
And I know that we've talked about the what is it? Whether the humans play the what is it?
Live action.
Live actions. Yes. So the live.
Fuck them all. I hate them.
The live action Disney movies have to stop.
Yes, I agree. Why would you do that? Why not make a new animated version?
Or just don't mess with it.
I agree. If you're going to do something, at least do a new animated version.
You know who I blame for all this is Steven Spielberg. I do. I blame him.
Damn it, Steven.
Because he kept remaking all these movies. Yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, that's bringing in a lot of movies because all of his movies have cult followings.
Money.
But then we all go watch Indiana Jones and we're like, wow, that was really fucking awful.
Yeah.
And you ruined it.
Yeah.
Actually, South Park did a whole episode about it. And they have dreams about Indiana Jones getting raped. Like, it's like a whole thing. You guys should check it out. Yeah. It's like.
Because I loved the original Indiana Jones.
Oh, me too.
Like, oh my
And then
God.
when I saw that, I was like.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, was he like in a fridge rolling down it was just like.
Oh, God. The one with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, God. Yeah. And I love Shia LaBeouf.
They're making a new one, too. It's coming out. It's the last one before he dies, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not watching any more of them.
I don't feel like watching it. And like Luke tries to get me to watch the live action remakes. Like I think he watched Aladdin and I was like, I have no interest.
So that
Mulan, I have no interest.
So Aladdin, I watched it. That was the first one I had watched, right? Because that was pretty much, I think it was kind of the first, Beauty and the Beast came out first. But I was never a huge Beauty and the Beast fan. Mm-hmm. And so I was not going to go watch.
I think actually Cinderella might have been first and then Beauty and the Beast.
But wasn't Cinderella the Brandy version? They did a lot of
that one and the Hilary Duff kind of vibe. But no, there was one.
But that's what I mean. It's like when they were made back in the day, it was a little like different.
Disney or Nick.
Yeah, but they weren't like trying to make it.
No.
Yeah. So the first one that I the one that I first watched was Aladdin, and we watched it in theaters actually. Oh. And the reason why we went is because Aladdin was me and my brother's favorite when we were younger, and we're like, Will Smith, this is me cool, you know, like you just
you would think.
And we were just so disappointed. And it's like, just don't change the music. And then also like,
that's my thing. Why would you change the music? Like Mulan has the best soundtrack.
So Mulan's like my favorite. We've talked about this too. Like Mulan was like my favorite. And when I found out there was no Mushu in Mulan, I was already kind of pissed, right?
What's the point?
I was never going to watch this in the theaters, but since I have Disney Plus, I turned it on just to see. And it was awful.
You wanted to die inside?
I did die inside. A piece of me died. And
you're killing our childhoods. Like that's why I won't watch it.
I understand that Mulan is based on a true story.
Yeah, and totally fine. Make a documentary.
And it's amazing, but like let's not try to recreate Mulan from Disney.
No.
Let's try to make a different a new Mulan movie that has nothing to do with the Disney version. Agreed. Because they do that all the time with different characters.
Or like with The Little Mermaid, they made like 4 sequels with her and
I
kids
remember.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like, why not do that?
Yeah. Because even those were pretty bad, but they weren't as bad as the live action.
No, because you're not ruining a good thing.
No, you're just like adding on to it.
Does
oh
this
my
make
God.
us old?
No.
Is this like...
No, I know. Because the kids don't want to watch it either.
I would assume
My
not.
kids do not want to watch real people playing their
they wanna
cartoon
watch
characters
cartoons
unless
because
we're
they're
live.
kids.
Unless we're live. So
Yeah.
like Disney on Ice, things like that, that's different because it's interactive. Like we're going to go see Frozen at the Tanger Center the 24th.
Yeah.
And I
still got to watch that, by the way.
You do have to watch that. But, I have kids, so I'm like back in it, you know? But like I can't. My kids don't want to sit through it either. Like when we took Jackson to go see Aladdin in the theater, he fell asleep.
I would too.
And
What's the point?
It just because kids like animation.
Yes.
And I feel like they're remaking them for us.
Which I get it because we're the ones that have the money now and they're banking on nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I hate that's all remakes right now.
Yeah.
And
well,
that's
they
what
do it with board
grinds
games.
my
They
gears.
do it with board games too.
Yes, I
so
agree.
like all of because like when we go to Target and we look at toys and stuff, I want to buy all the toys because it's literally like old school Battleship
and they know what they're doing.
And light bright. But then I look back and they did it to our parents too.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's a continual thing, but I feel like right now it is so in your face. Like they know what the money grab
But it's not
is.
even the remakes of just like movies, it's music too.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like critical thinking like isn't a thing. But who
or math. Regular math.
Well, I'm not really good at math. But anyway, so but who has good fresh ideas is Broadway. My friend Yahav just told me about a new Broadway musical that's all about corn. And it's called Shuck.
Oh,
and that's
corn.
never been done before.
Yeah.
And the thing is like,
or what's that one movie? I think it's just called Butter, and it's about this butter festival in the Midwest somewhere.
Oh, I've seen that, and they
It's
do like
so
butter.
good.
They do like butter sculptures and stuff. Yeah,
so
I've seen that
good.
before.
Like that's the kind of weird shit I want to watch.
Well, and
like, give me something new.
And I know that they have the weird shit because I seek it out too.
But not just weird for weird's sake.
Right. Like I'm saying like
innovative.
I want like a new blockbuster.
Yes.
I mean, as much as I love Marvel and DC, they're basing stuff off comic books too. Yeah. Like they're not coming up with original vibes
they're
with
recycling
this.
Stuff.
Yeah, and it's just the same with all that stuff. Yeah. But like, the mouse, he knows what's up.
The mouse.
Yeah, that's what I call Disney is the mouse, which is kind of a leeway. I can't believe that governor is fucking with the mouse. Watch.
There's so much. He's crazy.
Listen, we're not getting into politics, but I just have to say this. If he wakes up or if he just like goes missing or just like suddenly drops dead, just know the mouse
is behind it.
You don't fuck with the mouse.
Don't fuck with the mouse, man.
Bro, when Chris Christie tells you, oh, don't do this.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Because Chris Christie's
do whatever.
Yeah, like, and so it's good. I'm telling y'all this, because what did I tell you before?
They're just gonna buy Florida.
So what did I tell Genay? Okay, what is the conversation we had when Disney got the rights to Fox?
Dude.
I said, watch, Hugh Jackman will be back to play Wolverine now. And what did you say?
I was like, no fucking way.
No way.
Yeah.
He said he was never coming back. He'll never be. Okay. Was like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, that money.
And I sent you a screenshot. I was like, guess who's coming back as Wolverine, bitch. In Deadpool 3 of all things.
I know.
And
which I am hyped for, by the way.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But the mouse knows everyone has a price.
This is very true.
You don't mess with the mouse.
No, don't fuck with the mouse.
No, I mean, well, think about it. I mean, Disney this year is 100 years old. That's almost.
No, it's 50.
No,
is that just Disney World or Disneyland?
No, I'm saying like Disney
as a whole.
Holy
crap.
So you got to think that we're 250-ish years old. This country.
Holy Jesus.
So
Christ.
think about how long, like Disney is basically our royal family.
I mean, it is, except
and they own like half
fucked up and didn't have.
He's not
family life.
Well, he's not here anymore.
I know,
but. And then also they own like half of China.
Him and like Hugh Hefner's family. That's America's royal family.
Yeah.
And the Osbournes.
Well, I wouldn't say Walt Disney per se. He was kind of a Nazi. But
yeah.
and
we can't talk about
and then going back to the cryogenics where everyone thinks that Walt Disney is like frozen.
I mean,
Is it
I'm not-
cryogenics? Did I say that right?
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past that motherfucker. He had more money than God when he died. You know what I mean?
Wake him up.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Do you
but
want to?
Disney's gonna end up buying Florida, or at least Orlando.
Annexing it into its own state or something.
Dude.
Or own country, what I mean. Yeah.
Dude, I swear, when I saw that, and
he's not getting reelected. I hope he knows that.
But,
like, he's fucked now.
Oh, like, they'll make sure, like,
yes.
Disney will make sure.
Yes.
If you don't want to be on Disney's shit list.
No.
They own everything.
I think the only person that's kind of stood up to them was Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, really?
With the Black Widow stuff. I don't know if you remember when this happened. Part of her contract she renegotiated before the movie came out was to get part of the theater box office. And then they fucking released it on streaming first.
Oh.
And fucked her out of, I would assume, hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Damn.
And she was like, absolutely fucking not. Like, I don't know where it went. I think they settled out of court, obviously. But she actually was like, absolutely not.
Well, and so when it comes to things like actors and things like that, you can negotiate and do all those things.
She's the only one.
But these people who have nothing to do with the industry trying to mess with I'm going to build a prison. Like, what? Who are you? What is happening?
The audacity.
Like, no, it's just, I saw, and I don't even watch news like that. So I was working out at the gym and I was like what's his name? De Blasio? What was it?
Is it De Blasio?
Is it? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But it was just like the headline because you're at the gym, they're all silent, and it's like
Disney sues.
And he's like proposing to build a prison right next to Disney. I was like, this guy is going to just suddenly disappear.
Yeah, just like all the people involved with Epstein.
Oh yeah, like I mean, yeah, but this is going to be worse. Like he's just going to.
I don't know if you can consider this worse.
Well, no. I just meant the disappearance. Like he's just gonna like it's not even. There's going to be no story.
No.
He's just
gonna be gone. They're gonna say he ran away or some shit. Yeah. With a sparkly transition
because it's Disney. Hello, or he's just going to get stepped on by a huge Pixar lamp.
Oh my
god! Like.
That would be some shit if like a prop killed him
when
he was visiting for like negotiations or something.
Mm-hmm. Or like a teacup malfunction.
Oh no, I'm going to Disney next week. So I'm a little nervous.
Nah, you'll be fine.
I'm not gonna post this until way after I get back. So.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. True. Good call. They're probably listening.
I'm on your side.
They're probably listening anyway. I love the mouse.
I love Disney.
Hi.
Just quit making.
Hi,
fucking live.
My name is Pepper, and I love the mouse. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure you know that before I go to bed.
So my next thought process is, and you might get wildly offended. What the fuck is up with 90 Day Fiance? And all of that shit, like the Vanderpump shit. Like,
it's a franchise.
It's a cult. It's not a franchise. It's a cult.
It's a franchise.
What the fuck is?
Wait, what's happening? Is there like is there news about it?
I don't know. I just see.
Or you just want to talk about it?
No,
I
don't
want to talk about it. I don't even post about it.
People on my fucking Explore page, or even when I'm just scrolling.
Really?
It's like 90 Day Fiance this or Vanderpump that, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Wait, what is the Vanderpump?
Somebody cheated on somebody that's married on there. See, I don't want to know these things.
Well, here's the deal.
I don't want to know this.
The 90 Day Fiance franchise is.
Are you trying to get picked up?
No. But Rudy, okay, so backstory. My husband is an immigrant, Guatemala, like straight from Guatemala.
So Pepper was on season 1.
Yeah. Go check it out. No, I would be verified, but like not the pay $14 a month.
Paid one. The grandfather did one.
But unless you're on Twitter.
Oh shit.
Elmo lost his blue check mark.
Oh.
They're not gonna pay for it. They shouldn't. It's
no.
Elmo. Are you kidding me? Anyway, so yes, so we've gone through the immigration process. So when my husband and I watch this show, it's funny because because they get like a K-9 visa. We had to go through other stuff because whatever, it doesn't matter. But either way, going through immigration is fucking hard. It's and so we're always laughing at these people because they think shit's gonna be so easy. Like at least when I met my husband, he had already been here for like 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's not like he had to assimilate to anything, not assimilate, but just,
culture.
He knew what was up. It's not, these people are literally taking people out of their countries and then bringing them
over
here. But then they also
and
have
putting them in front of a camera.
Well, right. I mean, yeah. I mean, they both
a little exploitative.
They both agree.
I mean, they agree that money, but they don't agree to what's going to happen to their life.
No, well, and also they chop it up and stuff, and because I'm
that's my issue.
This is my guilty pleasure, 90 Day Fiance. But I follow them on Instagram on my personal account, and so like I get to like see what they like actually do and all these things, and before the shows even air. But the thing is that there's 90 Day Fiance, but then you also have 90 Day Fiance the other way, which is actually my favorite, where they put
from America to a different country.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, and now that I watch YouTube videos about that, a white woman that goes and marries like a Nigerian man that has like 7 other wives and 30 kids. Oh my God, it is so interesting to me. Like complete culture shift and just the bewildered look 24/7, and then the like in-laws and stuff and the expectations for women over there. It's like, bitch, you better get your shit together.
Literally every single time. So the other way is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
And then they have so many. I mean, it's a franchise. They have Single Life. They have Paradise and Island, which is on they just have a whole bunch. They have people who have spinoffs because they were just so interesting. Like there's Darcy and Stacy, which came from that show, and now they have their own show. There's another couple, I can't remember their names, but actually the husband's Israeli.
Ooh.
And they have their own show, and she's actually getting ready to make Aliyah and move to Israel. And I think they're pregnant with their 3rd kid, so that's kind of fun.
I'm into that.
So there's 90 Day Fiance, the OG is good, but the spinoffs are better. So the other way I like, because you see Americans getting put in these situations like you were saying, and they're
just carpet pulled out from underneath.
Well, and also they are so entitled.
Yes. Okay, so this is a side tangent, but it goes right along with this. Literally yesterday, my friend Anastasia messaged me this video. It's she's wildly popular and I cannot remember her name, and even if I did I would butcher it, so I'm not going to try. But she defected from North Korea and lives in America now, and she was on Joe Rogan, not sponsored. But she's talking about the fact that like the year before she left, Kim Jong-un took all the dogs away from everybody and killed them all.
Oh God.
Because that was too similar to Western culture, and he thought that it was demeaning to him as a leader for people to have such close relationships with an animal. And this is like very North Korea light. This is like one of like the nicer things that they do there. And she sent it to me and she's like, wow, we are so spoiled in America. And we just bitch about everything for no reason. And we do not realize how free we are and how extremely privileged our lives are. And because of that, we find all this dumb shit to argue about or to put a like spotlight on and to say, oh, this is what actually matters and let's fight about this, instead of like, there's like still genocide happening and
it's like
children starving.
It's like the new Cleopatra quote unquote documentary. How can you make a documentary
without facts?
And also there's a whole bunch of Greek people who are pissed.
I would be too.
They are like, this is a part of our history and culture and you're calling it a documentary and you're not spewing facts.
It's so insane. Like I didn't realize how insane it was until literally like before you got here, I looked into this.
It's appropriating their culture.
It is.
It's completely erasing the history of their Cleopatra.
Yes. And there is this gosh darn it, I can't remember her name. I'll link her below because she's great. But she's Black, and she was talking about the fact that how disgusting this is, not just as like an idea, because it's stupid and that makes no sense for you to do that. It's appropriation, yada, yada. But is there not an amazing Black person from history you could make a documentary on?
I saw a hot take on that too.
Like, what the fuck?
I saw a hot take on that too that was saying that maybe I can't remember where I was going to go with that, but hold on, wait. I had another thought pop in. It's so basically I was watching this guy and he's a Greek guy, right? And he was just like, he said the same thing you did. He was like, there's millions of Black African Americans, like, just Black people all over the world that are so inspiring.
Yeah.
And then he was showing the pictures of Cleopatra because they drew paintings and pictures and like people don't
siblings
don't understand how far away from Egyptians Cleopatra was born. Like when people think of Cleopatra, for some reason they think of like the Egyptians and stuff.
She came over from Greece.
Yes. And so the pyramids
She's not Egyptian at all.
The pyramids had probably been there for hundreds of years or something when she got there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the thing is that he was saying the same thing as you, like pick someone that you know is. And he was like, like I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And I was like, damn, I didn't know this was such a hot thing. And then I went down a rabbit hole with it too because I didn't even know that the documentary was being made.
Makes no fucking sense.
And that's what he was gonna say. Because I lost it. So basically, he showed a clip of the movie, and it's this older woman, and she said, "My grandmother always told me that no matter what they say to you, Cleopatra was black."
Yes, that's the clip at the beginning of the documentary.
And then he said, "Well, I'm glad that the source is someone's grandmother."
Yeah.
Like what is that? Like
that's great that she told you that, but you're an adult now and you can look into it.
Well, but she said no matter what, was it like no matter what they say or what the history, but I don't know. It was something like I don't know. But the thing is that
is such toxic.
But you
thinking.
also, but also you can't call it a documentary.
No,
when you're not using
facts
in the artifacts. Because this happened so much recent. It's so much more recent than people are really putting it in their mind. This is
not dinosaur age.
No, and it's like 100, who knows, hundreds of years after the period, right? Like how long
stuff that she could have touched. Like it's still around.
They literally have portraits of her.
Yes, sculptures, detailed sculptures,
and she.
Of her and her family.
And listen, she may have been olive skinned because she was.
Everyone was olive skinned over there.
But her features are not African features.
No, absolutely not.
And then some people want to say that maybe they wanted to not depict it that way, but I don't think that that's the case.
I don't either. And there's no proof of that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like give me some concrete proof other than your opinion.
So a lot of Greek people are pissed off.
I would be too. That's a huge deal.
He was basically saying like, you just want to take history and completely make it whatever you want.
Yes.
And he was also calling, this had to do with the privilege thing because he was calling us. Well, not us, but he was saying he started off with
this kind of narrative.
He said privileged Americans that
that aren't consulting anyone over there about this at all.
No, but they're born. He was saying people are born in this the richest country of the world. Mm-hmm. They have nothing better to do, and then they want to come.
Yes, and instead of making
we want to come because we're in America. We're very privileged.
We are very extremely
privileged.
Yeah, and make a documentary and change things about a historical narrative that there's proof behind instead of making a well thought out, well done documentary on an African person who there are millions that have done amazing things that no one talks about.
Right.
So they want that makes absolutely no sense to me. Like if I am trying to, and again, this is me looking from the outside in, but if you want to have a light shown on African Americans and the amazing things that they've done throughout history, why not pick an African American?
Yeah,
an actual
or just like an African.
Yes,
or anyone.
Then they don't have to be from America.
Yeah,
God forbid. Just like truly, they probably shouldn't be.
No, honestly, they shouldn't be. Yeah. I mean, we have our own heroes here, obviously, but if you want to do if you want to do a historical one where it goes back to those times, there's a lot of Black leaders.
Yes. And like you said, America's very young.
Like in Ethiopia, in Panama.
Yes.
I mean, there was, they would have
Panama. What a culture.
I mean, geez.
Like, why don't you take the time to invest and educate America
on people they don't, and also on people they don't know.
Exactly.
Like people know,
so many.
People know Cleopatra.
Yeah.
You know, Cleopatra coming at you.
Dude, do you have any idea? I would assume there's hundreds of thousands of movies made about Egyptian Roman intersections and Cleopatra in general.
It's like, how about we make a documentary about some leaders
unknown
that are literally getting erased because of deep-rooted white supremacy.
Yes, like let's do the actual work.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And again, I'm looking from the outside in, but it makes no sense to me. And going even further than
the Greeks are mad.
Dude, I would be too. But going even further than that, like you've got examples of a quote unquote dramatized documentary like The Woman King that completely ignore the fact that that tribe owned slaves. Why would you choose, again, like, why are you choosing these particular people to prop up?
Well, and the fact that the United States basically runs all films, let's face it. Well, they don't.
This is our viewpoint of it because Asia and India have larger populations than us and pump out more movies than us by a long shot.
No. I do agree with you there.
Yeah.
I just meant
the
worldwide
social narrative of movies.
Well, like where movies get released. Like how much Bollywood do you see? There's no Bollywood.
Not here.
No.
But if you look at Asian countries, we are a minutia compared to Bollywood.
Really? You think so?
Oh,
because, okay. Well, I know for a fact when it comes...
Go on Instagram and look on any Bollywood star's Instagram. Look at their follower count versus our actor follower count.
Well, there are a lot more people.
Exactly. Yeah. But we think because we're in America.
Well, European countries...
We feel like we have more power. And yes, to an extent, but... per capita, like actual population. Well, we are so tiny.
But like when it comes to like European countries, South America, all those things,
everything that's close to us right here.
Yeah, American films.
With people that look like us.
Well, kind of. Well, not really. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like European, EU, like whatever you want to call it. I mean, even in Russia, stuff like that, like I just feel like more American films and music get pushed in those European type countries.
Potentially, but that's because we have our viewpoint of what their releases look like, because we just assume, because we do hold more power in that realm, we've got more money, yada yada, that is what it is. But that's because we don't live there, and we don't get to see all the indie films. We don't get to see their actual culture.
Well, that's what I mean. Like our films get dispersed more around the world than other films.
Yes.
Is what I mean.
A film from Russia is not going to show up in India. Right. Pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. But you will find a U.S. film.
For sure.
Probably in most countries.
There's a broader reach, but less people actually watch them.
No.
Which is so interesting to me.
But the thing is that what worries me is that these documentaries, because Jada, and she's Jada's Jada.
Jada Pinkett.
Because she's creating, directing, I don't know, she's doing all the things for it. I'm just thinking, I just don't want, I don't know.
What like, no offense, and I'm sure that she is just a human like the rest of us and is hurting and is walking through life the best she can. But to see someone like that and the things that they've done to their own family, I don't want to watch anything that she has to do. Yeah. Like, no offense, but what a trash human. Yeah. Like, I've been a trash human before, too. I'm a high-class trash human, high excelling trash human. But for her to continue with this narrative like she did nothing wrong. Yeah. And ruined her family and caused her husband to become the person that he is healing from right now. Yikes. Big yikes. Yeah. And that tells me you do not have a perspective outside of yourself to be able to understand other humans and selfish self-centeredness, yada, yada, yada. Kind of like how we are before we get sober.
Yeah, it's the double down for you.
Yes. It's the double triple down. Quadruple down. Yeah. It's like, no, you fucked up.
But I didn't even know she was making this movie until I started seeing all these people so pissed off about it.
Now it makes even more sense to me because I didn't either.
Yeah. Because I didn't know. I mean, I guess it's good I didn't know because I'm like, at least it's not reaching that many people.
You would hope.
But don't call it a documentary.
No, why would you? Why would you?
Because that
a work of fiction.
Yeah. You can do that.
Whatever the fuck you
want.
People
adapt characters into how they want them, and that's fine.
Makes total, like that. Who gives a shit?
Like what if Cleopatra was black? Like a thing, something like that.
Exactly. What if she was Russian?
Yeah, who cares? Like,
cares?
What if she was Jewish?
Who
knows?
Call it a documentary.
Yeah, like
it's weird.
It's fiction.
It's weird.
It's fiction. Like there's artifacts, dude. It's like when people try to deny, anything.
The Holocaust.
The Holocaust, or like when and there's
what the fuck are you talking about? There's video.
Okay. When people try to deny the Holocaust, it's fucking laughable to me.
It is
because it is literally the most meticulously ran genocide in all of history,
and the most highly documented.
Exactly. They literally took the time. They literally took the time to write down every single fucking name.
Yep.
and their number,
Yep. Where they came from,
where they
their
came from,
kids.
all their shit,
Yep.
millions of records,
Their
and then
art
people
they stole.
and then people are like, yeah, actually the numbers were only 5,000 people.
Oh, okay. Well, where are the rest of these fucking people? That's my question.
Because the Germans just wanted to look like they killed more people than
That
they
makes
didn't.
sense.
Right? Like, why would you do that?
What about the mountains of dead bodies? You know what I mean? That there's
the
video of.
the mass graves,
Like,
or
what are you talking about?
or just like the concentration camps that are fully intact,
Yes.
like Birkenau in Poland.
Like walk around.
No, well, they're just movie sets. Like,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
right. Like, it's just like, I can't with people. It's so bizarre to me.
But this is the slippery slope that you get into.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what is that other movie? I don't know the name, and I'm not going to watch it because, again, that just gives more fuel to literal lies that are being passed off as a documentary. It was in that movie, You People. They talked about this movie.
Oh, shit.
And a basketball player got in hot water for saying for people to go watch it. Amazon had to take it off of streaming. It's basically saying that African Americans are the original Jews.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know the name of it, and I won't watch it.
And I'm not going to give the name here because why would you?
No, because that to me is trauma porn.
It's just very odd. But this is the issue. When you start telling people to...
Oh, yeah, because there was the basketball player, and he watched it.
And he was like, go take a look at it.
And like, he watched it, but listen, I really appreciated his apology, though. Like, he really did. He did some more research. He actually did what he was supposed to do. Like, he wasn't blowing smoke. Like, he was like, I am so sorry. Like, I remember, and his apology was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, people don't apologize like that. But the thing was that he was never taught about Jewish people.
Yeah.
He was never taught about the Holocaust. And if he was, it was like a page in his history book in 8th grade.
Exactly.
And so he watches this documentary. I'm doing quote marks for people who aren't watching.
Yeah.
And he really thought this shit was real.
Yeah.
And
that's the issue with this stuff.
And that one's a lot worse than the Cleopatra thing, in my opinion. But at the same time, I understand why Greeks are pissed. But this documentary you're talking about actually does damage to the Jewish community in this point in time.
Yeah. People are taught to trust what the greater social narrative is. So if everyone that you follow thinks that it's real, then it's real.
Right. It's true.
Instead of actually looking into it for yourself, which I have an episode that will be, I think it'll be coming out. It'll either just come out or it'll come out after this interview about how all media is biased, and so are you.
Yeah.
And that's how algorithms work, and that's how human brains work. And you do have to step out of your comfort zone to look at the actual history, because there was even, those people that go around and interview people on the street in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. There was like a 10-minute video of this person just asking what the Holocaust was about.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And there's no fucking way. I'm thinking this has to be a joke.
30% of the American population has never even heard of the Holocaust.
Yeah. They're like, oh, was that something about like birds or...
No, like it's, I know.
They just say just the dumbest shit.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess people, I don't know. It's
a lot of people don't know who the president is.
Well, the thing is
a lot of people don't know where the capital of the United States is.
It's our education system. Well, it's also the fact that private colleges can teach whatever the hell they want to teach. They can just bring in whatever text.
A whole other podcast.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, we're keeping it light.
Yeah, we went from like light and then. But we're just very opinionated people, and you don't have to agree with us. We just hope that you do your own research. I think we both feel that way. And I don't care what you believe, just as long as you've done your own research.
Well, and also, if a picture does come up of Cleopatra depicted as black, like I will say I'm wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
But I've seen the artifacts. Like it's not just like writing. Like it's literal.
This isn't just like a description in a book that has half the page torn off or something. Like this is highly documented by people who were alive at the time she was alive. It's not like posthumous.
And just because people live in North Africa doesn't mean that they're black either.
No, absolutely. And
especially after the British ruled all of Africa forever, it seems like.
Yeah, this is another issue with just the American thought process in general as well.
And just being,
we don't understand that people of different races, nationalities, whatever, can all live in the same country.
Yeah.
Like, we know that they can because we live in America, but then we see other countries as less than or more homogenous somehow.
Because on the last podcast that I was here is we were talking about how Americans love labels.
Yes.
So
my God.
So that's what that's about.
It is.
It's about the boxes and the labels.
True that.
Do we have another topic?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
You took my aliens one.
I know. I'm sorry.
But I mean, great minds.
The only thing, this is kind of a question from Luke, but somebody else posted like something similar to this on Twitter. And this is a real question. It's not. I'm lying. It's not. It is, but it isn't. Okay. So every time.
Should I be sitting down for this?
Yeah. I'm
okay.
Ready.
All right. Hold on. Give me a second.
You're chilling out. And if you're a dude, you might not want to listen to the rest of this. Spoiler alert. So every time that I either am about to start my period or I start my period, Luke always asks me, "You've had how many of these in your life?" And you're always shocked or it still hurts. Like, why don't you get over it already?
Is this a question from Luke or is this just you venting?
It's like part of like his opinion, but also he's like, do you not just get used to it? Because I have horrendous PMS and PMDD. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I do too.
Horrible. And he's like, well, it can't hurt that bad. Like, aren't you used to it by now? Like,
you should buy one of those machines that have you seen them?
I have one. You can use it to actually counteract your cramps, but if someone's not having cramps, it hurts like a bitch. And I've asked him if he'll let me put it on him,
but he won't.
No.
Okay, well then he needs to stop asking.
But here, and underneath this, I think is kind of a valid question, because me and you will text each other this shit every time. We'll be like, "Oh my God, the world is ending. I'm in a horrible mood. I'm fucking depressed," and we'll have like a week-long conversation.
And the next day, I'm
it.
like, "Oh, I started bleeding."
My period. We don't ever get used to it. No. It's still a shock. It's like I have it on my calendar when it's going to happen. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I know.
As I get older, because ever since I had chemo and stuff, mine have been worse.
I can't even imagine.
Well, I don't know if it has to do with that, but I mean,
it has to.
It has to, because the chemotherapy that I had hormones in it and stuff. So like it had to have done something. But mainly the depression part. Dude. I know you get the cramps, but I don't get the cramps as much as I get the PMPD.
PMPD, yeah.
I get that really, really bad, and I'm
just terrifying. Like, I want to kill people.
Yeah, like I think about it. I have no chill. I have no chill.
If I kill someone, check when my period was going to start, and I bet you I'm PMS.
Yeah, and just let me know to get my Dateline suit pressed before you do that.
Don't tell anybody that I lit up a fucking room. We just had this conversation. Yeah. If I end up killing someone or being killed, I don't light up a room. I wasn't the sweetest person ever. You definitely did expect this out of me.
No, she was a piece of shit. She deserved it. She deserved every moment of it. But I really do need to get the Dateline suit pressed, because I've been waiting for the moment.
Somebody in our like tertiary circle, it's got to happen, right?
I mean, I hope not.
Because I think we attract crazy people.
I have a friend in mind that we have a mutual, like, you know who it is, but I won't name names that I feel like would maybe end up on Dateline. Yeah. Maybe not completely her fault, but she might end up.
I don't know.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
But like, truly, it is crazy making. And I'm reading a book right now. It's called Night Bitch. I know, it's weird. I promise you'll understand it.
Is it about me?
I know, right? I picked it up. I was like, oh shit, somebody wrote a fucking biography about me, or biography. Yeah. It's talking about like being a mom and how it erases you as a human being.
Oh.
And you just get in this monotonous wake up, feed the baby, play this game with them, read them this book, make them a snack, clean up the floor. Like, she's talking about the changes she's going through, but then she starts growing a tail. So I haven't read it all yet.
It's fiction, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah. But it's her inner monologue of like having to deal with other moms and the judgment of herself and the judgment of other people, and how sometimes she wants to kill her kid.
Oh God.
Like, just the feelings of it, like, because of her PMS.
No, it's funny. There's been I have a specific mom friend who's basically family. It's my best friend's sister.
Yeah.
And like every now and then I'll text her and I'll be like, I'm starting to understand why people just drive their car in the lake.
Yes. Yes. Just run the bathtub and let the kids sit in it.
Just throw the kids down the well.
I think that this is so like
Disclaimer: I would never kill my children.
exactly, and I think people like don't
But I
talk about it enough.
No, but I understand. I don't understand, but I can.
Yes.
But I can understand how that can make someone.
The thoughts, not the action. That's the separation. I can understand the thoughts.
I understand I can understand the thoughts that could drive someone who's mentally unstable to do those things.
Yes. Yeah.
I am mentally unstable. Just luckily not. Just
same.
not that mentally
bad,
unstable.
yeah.
So like
we're doing okay now.
I think about it, but I would never act on it.
Yeah, but no, but this going back to this person's Twitter post, like I want to murder someone. And it might not be Luke. Most of the time it is just because he's who I'm around the most. It could be myself. Like honestly, like I just get so pissed.
I get self-loathing sometimes.
Yes.
And I get
I'm a piece of
I
shit.
get body dysmorphia that week too.
Oh my God.
It doesn't
girl.
matter how many times we've been going to the gym or doing whatever.
Well, it's because you're bloated as fuck.
Well, and not
You're
even
full of blood and water
what
and
people
pus
just
and-
don't understand is that hormones are nuts.
Dude.
And they literally go to your brain and make you someone else.
Yes, and if you don't get it, think about men on steroids.
Like I am not
Like on testosterone, and they kill their wives or they beat the shit out of them. Hormones are and we won't get into that any further because that could be a very political podcast episode that we need to save for another time. But hormones are crazy.
Yeah.
And very intense. And they do, like you just said, they make you a different person.
Oh, the week before my period, I am literally not myself.
Yeah.
And I can, but what I was saying is that as I get older, I am starting to recognize my body cues. So I am starting to but it doesn't make it better, Genay.
No.
So I'll be like, okay, I'm feeling this way because I'm PMSing, but I can't make it stop.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to make it stop. I've talked to therapists. I've talked to everything.
I pray to God.
No, I mean, it's not in God's hands because, that's
It's
not
in my
helping
body's
either.
hands.
Like it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
and it's getting worse as I get older. And I guess that's what, like your steps towards menopause.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't freaking
You
know.
old bitch.
But it sucks. Man, I hope I go through menopause early and just get it out of the way.
Same.
I'm not trying to go through
I'm
not trying to go through menopause at 60.
Let's go right now.
I want to go to menopause.
Give me 35 and I'm ready to go.
I'm out. Dude, yeah, but no, hormones are stupid.
Fuck.
And I feel like Rudy, my husband's always on his period.
I do think that men do have periods too. But again, because I think it's dips in hormones because contrary to popular belief, men have estrogen in their body already.
Well, right.
We have testosterone in our body already.
Well, and it's funny because my mom always says, she's like, my time was always the full moon.
Oh,
and
my God.
And then during the new moon, your father would have his period. Like, that's what she would say. She would say, oh, it's the new moon. Philip's PMSing.
I love that. Because seriously.
But at least they were on opposite schedules.
Oh, fuck.
Could you imagine if they were both on the same?
I kind of would. I think I would probably like that more. I think it'd be more entertained and then just get it out of the way.
You should see Rudy's face when I'm like, are you PMSing? When he's just like,
oh my God. You should see my face when Luke asked me that. And first it's offense and I'm like, yeah, I am. Can I have a hug?
I'm surprised that Rudy hasn't left me on one of those weeks yet.
Dude, same. We've got really good men. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Well, they know that that's not who we really are. Well.
Or do they?
Or do they?
Do they
Maybe
know?
they like it.
They like the crazy.
Yeah.
There's
a little bit.
Listen, Rudy and I have been through so fucking much.
Same.
Just like you and Luke, too. So
Yeah.
it's like, if he was going to leave me, he would have left me. You don't go through what we've been through and then like just dip out because of PMS.
Peace out. Yeah. No, that's like low stakes.
And eventually it'll stop, right?
You think? I hope so.
Like after
I'll be 60 and still have a period.
No.
I would kill myself.
I swear if it doesn't happen like in my 40s.
Just go, well, no, you can't because you've had cancer. I was going to say get on the hormones that make you go ahead and have menopause.
Well, if I would have had hormone-driven cancer, I could have done that. I don't know. My whole situation's fucked up, and so they just don't want to put me on hormones just in case.
Oh, yeah. No, fuck no.
And
better safe than sorry.
I guess. Where I'm trying this new thing.
Like,
actually, I am trying this new thing. So, like, SSRIs, like antidepressant pills.
Yeah.
I don't think I told you this yet, actually. I might have. So I told my psychiatrist this. I was like, listen, the week before my period, I feel like I want to die. Like I feel I'm like, and I know that's not me because
end it.
because I'm in a really fucking good headspace.
Yeah.
Probably like the best headspace I've been in my life.
Same.
Like really,
Yeah.
like for real. But that week,
it's
it's
bad.
almost like and it sucks. It's like a shitty feeling because you feel like you're reverting back to before
and
healing.
It's scary.
And you get scared because you're like, what's happening?
All my trauma's going to come back.
And then you're like, am I bipolar?
Yeah.
Am I this? Am I that?
I might
I
be.
mean, who knows? Is it borderline? You know, you just start thinking all these things and then like you're so depressed. You know how many times I've tried to like, not tried, but like almost called it quits on my business just because I was PMSing?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what I mean. It's like so irrational.
My whole life, yeah.
And so I told her, I was like, listen, it's getting to the point where like, because my kids are getting older, they're getting needier. I'm having to take them to school as well as outside. Hockey and all these things. So I need to be emotionally available.
Stable.
Because if I'm not, I'm going to just start crying at the ice rink or something, you know?
And that's not okay for them.
No.
Like,
and
they're
so
confused as
my
shit.
psychiatrist is like, okay, we're going to try this thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, and I'm not like, oh, yeah, I want more medicine. Like, it's just not my MO.
No, same.
But she has prescribed me to Prozac for 10 days prior to my period.
Interesting.
Last month was the first month I did it. And it worked.
Get the fuck out of here.
Not 100%.
Yeah, well.
Okay, nothing's
Yeah.
100%. There's no magical pills.
Yeah.
But it was like a normal PMS.
And you could actually rationalize your way out of your thinking.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
So like I would still get the feelings because the hormones are going to go away. It's not a hormonal treatment.
Yeah.
But the SSRI did.
You were in your brain instead of outside of it.
Yeah, because I already do take another antidepressant, but it's a daily
just a
thing.
booster.
This is like a booster. And I was like, and I was like, at first I was like, well, how does that work? Because SSRIs usually have to take them for like 30 days from a kick in.
Yeah.
She's like, listen, for some people it works and some people it doesn't. Everyone's different. She's like, just try it out. And if it doesn't work, then it does. So this, I actually, because I'm about to start, because you're a week before me.
Yeah.
And so I actually just started taking the Prozac today because I could feel myself. Because you know, another thing that happens to me when I'm PMSing, my body, I get these like hot flashes.
Oh, girl. Today.
But that's how I know
my
I'm PMSing
God.
100%
Yes.
because I'll just be doing nothing and all of a sudden my body feels like it's
Earlier
on fucking
today,
fire.
I took, and this might be TMI, I took all my fucking clothes off in the living room. I was like, what is happening
Does
to
it
me?
feel like your skin is sweating, but it's not sweating?
Yes. I feel like I worked out and sweat and then sat in the sweat and
But
that's what it feels like.
But then there's no
nothing.
sweat.
And I'm like, what the
It's
fuck?
and I was getting those this morning, and you know how our pharmaceutical companies are, so they wouldn't let me refill the shit until yesterday because I like to have it
God.
before I take it, so that I can just have it and then
Yes,
take it
and not have to wait at the fucking pharmacy.
Well, it's the insurance company. You know how it is. So anyway, whatever. So I got it yesterday, and I just waited to take it until today. But yesterday, I could feel my skin getting hot and stuff.
Same.
And I took it this morning. And
Well, that explains so much for me because that's been me like every other day for the past week.
Yeah. And like because it was getting to the point, Genay, where I can't function.
Yeah, same.
And if I have a challah to bang out and business stuff to do, plus the hockey, plus the kids, plus forget about
You
it.
need to be able to live your
Forget
life.
about it.
Yeah.
Like, and so this is working. I'll keep you updated.
Please, because
But
I need her phone number.
Yeah, well, because I mean, only 10 days. It's not like.
Yeah, it's not going to, you have to actually do the work outside of that 10 days for it
But
to
I
be
feel like the
effective.
Prozac does something to the brain to where you still have the feelings, but you can rationalize them.
Exactly. And that's the hurdle. Like, and this is kind of like an overarching thing that I believe is medicine helps you to get to the headspace to work on whatever your issue
right.
is. Medicine is not there to cure anything.
No, but in this case, I feel like it is.
No, this helps you get to your headspace
right,
to where you can be like, I'm okay.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Be like, yo, bitch, shut the fuck up.
yeah, because I can't do the hormonal stuff.
Exactly.
And also, this could be a good avenue for people to try, if not try on your own, but like talk to your
go to
doctor. But like, I mean, because there's a lot of people who can't take hormones.
Yeah. Or don't want to, like
Or
me.
I don't want to either.
Yeah, like,
Honestly,
this
birth
shit is
control
just
made me
weird.
crazy, and
Same.
it was
Yeah.
just not good.
not
I had
worth
to be
it.
on it when I was younger because my periods. I would start my period. I would start projectile vomiting
Oh,
because how bad my cramps were
Yeah,
and stuff.
same,
Like I would get sent home from school.
Yeah.
Like it was
I used to have
bad.
to leave work.
Yeah, like it was bad, and people would think that I was like faking it until I threw
like,
up.
No, dude.
Until I
yeah.
projectile
So
vomit.
I'm
They're like, oh,
crawling
maybe
on the ground.
maybe she is not. Maybe she is telling the truth. Like.
Well, ending on that lovely bloody note. I don't know where else this could have gone. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
and
for
going on
having
this
me.
ride with me.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to have fun and have a just
Like
wild card
A
episode.
chit chat.
Yeah.
And I really want to know why we call vampires dead.
Yeah. We still need, like, leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the
Let us know.
I need to know thoughts. Like,
we need information.
Make it a Reddit thread. The vampires are the most important part of this.
Agreed. Agreed. Fuck everything else.
Fuck everything else. Why are vampires dead?
Yes.
I'm looking at all the cameras. Why do we call them dead? They're walking, talking.
They are.
Okay.
Agreed. Full stop. But thank you again. And thank you guys for listening and or watching. If you're not watching, go to YouTube, search Conscious Contact Podcast. Take a peek at the actual video so you can see our facial expressions, because especially for this episode, I think that they are necessary. You got to see the eye rolls.
The eye rolls.
We'll see you next time.